Welcome back to the program. The first time I spoke to Tiffany Smiley, she was running for Senate out of Washington State. Now she's back and she's running for the House of Representatives in the 4th District. Let's take a look at her campaign video.
At 23, I got the call. Scotty was ambushed by a suicide car bomb. When I showed up here at Walter Reed, Scotty was in a coma, his eyes pierced by shrapnel. Amongst the chaos and uncertainty, I experienced government dysfunction for the first time. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and when the DC bureaucracy tried to push us around, I fought back and won. Since that day, I have dedicated my life to changing how the government works for veterans and their families from the outside. As hard as our experience was, the bureaucracy, the system, the swamp, the constant grandstanding from career politicians has somehow gotten worse. They're spending money that we don't have, while our border is wide open, bringing more crime and drugs into our cities. Families are struggling with increase in prices, while homeless veterans sleep on our streets. We can do better. For almost 20 years, I have worked to change the government from the outside, and now it's clear. The best way for me to continue my work and deliver change for Washington families is inside Congress.
Joining me on the program right now is Tiffany Smiley. You've done all the, are you going to cut the spending? We've done all of that. You said something on my radio program today that I just want to start with because it stuck with me when you said it. And you brought up homeless veterans in your video. Your husband, who was blinded in combat, has never seen his children with his own eyes.
Right. All three of our boys were born after he was blinded by a suicide car bomb. So he has never seen their faces.
When you think about our taxpayer resources going to people in the country illegally, some even siphoned off from the Department of Veteran Affairs, and you talked about the bureaucracies, I don't know how you keep your composure. That would make me rage or maybe run for Congress.
Yeah. Well, you're exactly right. That is why our family is in this fight, because we have served and sacrificed. We have seen sort of behind the scenes of the government bureaucracy and how it can push us around. But we've also seen the power of coming together, rolling up your sleeves and doing the hard work to make change. I mean, even though there's so much going on in our country and in the world, I mean, we live in the greatest world or the greatest country in this world. Bought and paid for by those that are willing to sacrifice for it. So for our family, we will not just sit on the sidelines and watch a career politician status quo take over. That's just stupid. It's stupid for our country. And it's not how it was designed to be. So our family is in this fight to bring real change, to roll up our sleeves and to go to DC and get work done.
After you ran for Senate, you started something called Endeavor PAC, and you've been helping conservative candidates all this time. And another thing that we talked about is we're not going to have a majority if we wait for the mothership of conservative media to put a Dan Crenshaw on a pedestal while MSNBC puts a AOC on a pedestal and they fight with pugil sticks. A majority means finding candidates even in blue districts, and supporting them. And look at what we have right now. We don't really have a majority. A majority is going to require those unresourced candidates that were previously ignored by the RNC. I mean, thank God we've got some people in there. They're not spending their time, doling out VIP tickets and getting Botox. But that's the problem, is that the RNC just turned into a fundraising club that didn't really affect change in districts where now in this election cycle, there are millions of voters who would never vote Republican who are going to this year.
Yep. Yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, I am talking to so many people who are saying, I voted for Joe Biden last year, not this year. I'm voting for Donald Trump. It's just there's too much going on in our country. And you can ask yourself, is your life any better than it was 4 years ago under Donald Trump? It was much better. I have a Uber driver, and I asked him, how was your life with President Trump? He said, everyone was happy. He said, I had a trucking business, gas prices were low, and it just seemed like everyone was happy. And isn't that true? Like, you can just the unrest in our country, the invasion at the border, families are feeling less safe, increase in prices from milk and eggs to gas. There's a lot of issues going on. And quite frankly, the Democrats, Joe Biden, are not laying out a plan or a vision or a path that it's going to get better. It seems as if it's going to get worse. And that is why we have to elect Donald Trump. We need his policies, and we need conservatives in the fight who are working every day to get Donald Trump elected and win back the majority. I'm fighting for candidates in Connecticut. George Logan, who's amazing, and he can win there. He just needs the boost. He needs the support. Same with Allison Esposito in New York's 18th district. Like, these are good candidates who can win. And I love what you said. It's like, yes, we have to show America who we are. What does it mean to be a Republican? And show the young energy, the youth, the leadership that we have coming up the pipeline. I'm excited for this election. I think this is really our opportunity to show the country who we truly are. And I'm running in Washington's 4th Congressional District to do just that, to bring leadership. Unfortunately, we have a congressman who's still staying in this race who voted to impeach Donald Trump and supported invoking the 25th Amendment on him. So I do not understand how he thinks he's going to deliver any results for the families in the 4th District working in a Trump administration.
Yeah, Dan Newhouse. I can't imagine Democrats just throwing one of their own under the bus. It's unbelievable. I'm out of time here. We will be talking through this cycle.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Yes, ma'am. All right. If the election for governor of New York were held today, Lee Zeldin would win. What I'm about to play for you, I can't believe. I will always credit George W. Bush for the phrase, the soft bigotry of low expectation. Who would have thought that young black kids in the Bronx wouldn't know what the word computer is?
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
Wow, I imagine if I went up to the Bronx and held up one of these, they'd go, oh my God, what's that spaceman device? Soft bigotry, low expectations. Governor Hochul. Gutter and final rant next.